Hey, you. Guess what happened to me yesterday? It was pretty funny, actually.
Yeah. What was up?
It started snowing right at work.
Snowing? Wow. Wow.
Yeah, just for a little bit, but they were these big, fat snowflakes. It was kind of magical.
Snow in April. How'd that make you feel?
Oh, I loved it. I was right by the window, just watching them come down. Felt so happy,
Yeah,
There's just something really calm about snow, don't you think? Peaceful?
I can definitely see that. That quiet,
Mm.
when everything's covered, it can be really soothing.
Exactly, that quiet. But then my coworker walked over. She
Huh?
saw me looking all happy at the snow and just kind of laughed.
Oh,
Like,
really?
he was like, "Snow? No way! I am 100% a summer person."
Huh. Total opposite.
Right. And that got us all talking. Everyone started saying which season they liked best and why. It was really interesting, actually. So many different reasons.
It's funny, isn't it? Something simple like the seasons, but everyone feels differently.
Totally.
Makes you wonder why we connect to them like we do.
It really does. And, well, it made me think maybe for our deep dive today, we could talk about just that.
The seasons?
Yeah, the different seasons and, like, why we feel connected to some more than others. Kind of like that chat in the office.
Sounds like a great plan. Where should we start?
Well, let's start with winter, which, now I kind of love.
Okay, winter it is.
For me, it's all about being cozy, warm sweaters, holding a hot drink.
The comfort factor.
Yeah. And that amazing quiet I mentioned,
Mm.
that hush after it snows. It just feels so still, so peaceful.
Absolutely. Winter definitely seems to make people want to slow down a bit. Seek out that comfort inside.
Right.
That feeling of being warm and safe when it's cold outside.
Mm.
It's appealing. And, some research suggests the shorter days might even make us want more rest.
Oh, that makes total sense. But I know it's not everyone's favorite. Like my coworker who loves summer.
Yeah, the one who left.
Yeah. She said she hates winter because her hands are always freezing, like no matter what.
Oh, I hear that a lot. Being physically cold is, well, it's tough. It can definitely ruin the vibe.
Totally.
And for some people, yeah, less sunlight can really mess with their mood, their energy levels too.
Right. Someone else in the office said the days feel so short, like it gets dark before they even leave work.
Yeah, that can be a drag.
I can see how that would be hard. Maybe even feel a bit lonely or, a little sad sometimes.
Sure, seasonal affective disorder or just the winter blues. It's a real thing for some.
But you know what someone suggested? A nice little winter tip.
What's that?
Just try to make your home feel really warm and cozy. Soft blankets, maybe light some candles, put on a movie you like.
Creating a haven.
Yeah, simple things, but they can really help make your space feel good.
That's really good advice. Being intentional about creating comfort can make a big difference in how you experience winter. Finding those little joys.
Exactly. Okay, so enough about the cold for now. Let's switch gears. Spring.
Spring. Yes.
Doesn't spring just feel fresh?
Totally. Like everything's waking up.
Yeah. You see the green coming back on the trees, flowers starting to pop up.
People opening windows again.
Right, and kids playing outside. It really feels like a new beginning.
It's definitely a season of renewal.
Yeah.
Growth, all that returning light and color can be such a mood booster.
It really is.
Often linked to feelings of hope. Starting over.
But there's always a but, isn't there?
Usually. What's spring's downside?
Well, for some people, spring means just one thing. Allergies.
Yes. The pollen.
My friend always jokes. She says, I love spring, but my nose definitely does not. She has tissues with her constantly.
Yeah, that can be a real challenge for a lot of folks. A good reminder, I guess, that every season has its good bits and its not so good bits.
Exactly. But even with the sniffles, you can have those perfect spring moments.
Like what?
Well, last year, I was walking through this park, and the cherry blossoms were all out.
Oh, nice.
And the petals were falling like pink snow everywhere. It was so beautiful. I just sat on a bench with my coffee and watched. Honestly, it was one of the best days of the whole year. It just felt magical.
That sounds absolutely lovely. Those kinds of experiences, the sights, the smells, even the feel of the petals. They stick with you, create strong memories.
It really did. Like being inside a pink snow globe, kind of.
Perfect description.
All right, ready to jump into summer.
Let's do it. Summer.
Now, that's a season where lots of people say they feel the most alive, you know?
High energy time for sure.
You think sunshine, the beach, maybe hiking.
Watermelon.
Yes, definitely eating lots of watermelon.
Summer is definitely linked with being active, being outdoors more, the warmth, the long days. It encourages us to be more social, maybe more adventurous.
For sure. I have another coworker who loves getting up super early in the summer to go running.
Ah, the early bird.
Yeah, he says he just feels so strong then, full of energy. But then we also talked about the downsides,
Okay, like what?
like being way too hot to sleep.
Oh, yeah. The heat can be really draining, those sticky, restless nights. They can definitely take the fun out of it sometimes.
Totally. And someone else mentioned their clothes always feel sticky when it's really humid and hot.
That damp feeling. Not pleasant.
I completely agree. I remember when I was a kid, if it got super hot at night, I used to do this thing.
How was that?
I'd get a face towel wet, wring it out, and stick it in the freezer for a bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I'd sleep with it on my forehead. It was like the only way I could cool down enough to sleep sometimes.
That's pretty clever, actually. Resourceful. Shows how we adapt, right? Find ways to cope with whatever the season throws at us.
Yeah, I guess so. And staying cool in summer is really important, isn't it? For feeling okay.
Definitely. Hydration, avoiding overheating, it matters.
Right. And someone shared a helpful summer tip. Drink lots of water, obviously. Wear light, loose clothes.
Do basics.
And maybe try eating things like cold noodles or fruit smoothies. Oh, and carry one of those little mini fans.
All good ideas to beat the heat. Makes sense.
You know, just the other evening, I was walking past a playground, and these kids were running through a sprinkler, you know, the kind that goes back and forth.
Oh, yeah. Classic summer fun.
They were just laughing and screaming, having the best time. It totally took me back. Reminded me of my own childhood summers.
Ah, those sensory memories tied to seasons. They're so strong, aren't they?
Yeah.
The sound of kids laughing on a warm evening. That's pure summer.
It really is. Okay, so last but not least, autumn.
Autumn. Or fall.
Yeah, fall. For some reason, I always feel like I should talk about autumn in, like, a quieter voice. Does that make sense?
I think I know what you mean. It has a different feel.
Yeah, just sort of gentle. That cool breeze starts up, the sound of dry leaves crunching when you walk.
The crispness in the air.
Yeah. Maybe even the smell of old books, because you start spending more time inside again.
Autumn definitely has a more mellow vibe. Introspective, maybe.
Introspective. Yeah, that's a good word.
The change in temperature, the colors, it creates a different atmosphere. Often encourages, like, reflection, a slower pace.
Exactly. It feels kind of soft. The weather is often just right, you know, not too hot, not too cold.
That sweet spot.
Yeah. And the sky can look so big and clear sometimes. And obviously, the leaves.
All the colors.
All those yellows, oranges, reds. It's just stunning to look at. Feels like the perfect time to curl up with a book or go for a nice slow walk.
The visual part of autumn is huge for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And that shift from summer heat to cooler air can feel really refreshing.
It can. But then I remember someone saying that autumn sometimes makes them feel a little bit sad.
Okay. Why is that?
Maybe because the days are getting shorter again. Or that feeling that the year is kind of winding down. It brings up quieter feelings, maybe.
That makes sense. The decrease in daylight can definitely affect mood. And yeah, that sense of an ending as winter approaches, it can bring up nostalgia, maybe even a little melancholy for some.
Yeah, melancholy. But there was a nice autumn tip for that, too.
Let's hear it.
Try using this time for things like journaling, maybe doing some cleaning or organizing at home.
Getting things in order.
Yeah, or even trying some baking, something cozy. It really feels like a season for slowing down, taking care of things differently.
That's a really lovely way to frame it. A time for reflection, nurturing your space, your inner world, before winter sets in.
You know, looking back at that office chat yesterday, it was so interesting how just asking about favorite seasons brought out so many different stories. and feelings.
Yeah, it's amazing how personal it is.
Each season really does have its good parts and its challenges, and everyone connects to them in their own way based on memories and just
Right.
how they feel.
Right. Some love that summer energy.
Others love the winter quiet
Some love the spring flowers.
or those autumn walks. And even though I still really, really love snow,
We established that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely learned that every season has something beautiful about it. Sometimes you just need to, stop for a second and look around to see it.
That's a wonderful takeaway. It really shows how our own experiences shape how we see the world and time passing.
So for our final thought today, if you're ever feeling a bit bored or maybe just a little bit,
We all have those days.
totally. Maybe just take a minute and think about your favorite season. Like, why do you love it? What happy memories pop up?
Nice little mental escape.
Yeah. And maybe even ask someone else, a friend, family member, coworker, hey, what's your favorite season and why?
Start a conversation.
Exactly. You might be really surprised by their answer, and you might find that just talking about something simple like the weather can actually lead to a really nice chat.
That's a fantastic suggestion. A great way to connect and just appreciate the little things.
Absolutely. And hey, speaking of connecting,
Oh,
if you enjoyed this deep dive today and you want more helpful, interesting stuff like this,
we hope you did.
yeah, please think about hitting that subscribe button and maybe give us a like. It really helps us out.
For sure.
Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for joining the conversation here at Kaz English. We hope you found it fun and informative. Don't forget to check out kazapp.uk. That's kazapp.uk for more tips, resources, and interactive practice. Keep exploring, keep chatting, and we'll catch up with you again soon.